Hey, I'm Grant with Grant's Game Rex, bringing you my Best of PAX Unplugged awards. I spent last weekend at PAX Unplugged, the tabletop gaming convention in Philadelphia. It was 3 days of friendship and games, and maybe I even made some enemies. We'll see how it shakes out. But I want to bring you the best things I saw at PAX Unplugged. Now, Gen Con, another big tabletop gaming convention, I think Gen Con really focused on releasing games, launching games at that convention. Whereas PAX Unplugged was more focused on previewing upcoming games in 2022. A lot of companies were showing off the things that they will be releasing in the next year. So I will be doing a video soon on the games I'm most excited for coming up in 2022. But for now, I also saw a ton of great games here that I want to talk about, that I want to bring you my awards, break it down into some categories. Maybe that'll help you find things that you like that are upcoming. So these are my PAX Unplugged awards from 2021. Enjoy. My best cooperative game is Ultra from Studio H. This is a game where you are playing as rangers trying to protect a kingdom. And one of the things I love about it the most is this is an adventure exploration game, but it is not a campaign game. I think a lot of adventure games are campaign games, and sometimes those are too big of a commitment for a different game group. You gotta get the same people together. It takes a bunch of sessions. Well, Ultra comes with 6 different adventures, but each of the adventures is standalone, so you can play them with different groups of people, and I really love that. And, you know, with 6 different adventures in the game, there's still a lot of content there and a lot of stuff to explore. In the game, you are, as I said, playing as rangers trying to protect the kingdom. There will be different events that come up. There will be, different assignments. Each adventure has its own assignment. There will be incidents that happen that change things around. So you're just kind of exploring, gathering resources, fighting to protect different people, and it looks super fun. The best production of any game at PAX Unplugged goes to Merchants of the Dark Road. Everything about this game looks cool. The artwork is cool. The components are cool. The board is cool. It's all cool. It is hard not to see Merchants of the Dark Road on the table and not think, wow, games have come a long way. Ho ho ho! This ain't BS Monopoly. Boy, this is tight. In Merchants of the Dark Road, you are playing as merchants that are braving the treacherous roads during the dark season. And this game has so much going on in it. You know, it has worker placement, it has dice rolling, it has set collection, it has pick up and deliver, it has so much stuff. And, you know, it's one of those games, it just looks so great, I almost don't even care how it plays. I mean, I do care how it plays, but I want to play it even if I knew nothing about it because it looks that good. You're like, yes, I can't wait to be your friend, merchants. So check it out. The most innovative game I saw is Mantis Falls. Mantis Falls is a 2-player hidden trader game. Yeah, I'm gonna repeat that. It is a hidden trader game for 2 people. And I don't think anything like that else exists in the world or the board gaming industry. In the game, you have witnessed something you shouldn't have seen, and you are trying to get out of town before you get murdered. Well, they tell you that another witness is joining you, and it is a sometimes cooperative game, meaning you guys could both be witnesses and you are trying to get out of town, and you only win if both of you escape together, or sometimes, depending on the shuffling of the roll cards, one person can be a witness and one person can be an assassin who is creating the illusion of cooperating and trying to help you get out of town, only to eventually murder you. And so you don't know. The whole time you're like, wait, is this person actually trying to help me, or are they trying to sabotage me? Oh, the intrigue is so juicy. It is a hidden trader game for 2 people, and it works. It works. For most hidden trader games, you need like at least 5-6 people to make them fun. Well, this one is so innovative and so creative in how it makes it work for 2 people, and it's one of those ones where, like, if you play with your loved one, well, be prepared to not trust them for a while, because you don't know what they're up to in this game, and it's going to seep into all parts of your brain and affect, you're like, are you doing dishes because you love me, or are you doing them because you feel obligated? I don't even know anymore. Check it out, Mantis Falls. My best campaign game is Jurassic World: The Legacy of Isla Nublar. This is a campaign game in the Jurassic Park franchise, the Jurassic Park world, and that is an intellectual property that I love, man. You know, I saw Jurassic Park when I was like 10 years old in the theaters, and it scared. I was probably too young to watch it, but it really stuck with me, and I loved it, and I've loved a bunch of the Jurassic World movies, and even the bad ones are fun, you know? Jurassic Park 3, not great. But pterodactyls do pick people up and take them places, so that's fun. You know what I mean? So this is a game that comes with 12 different campaigns, and it is a legacy game, so you will be changing the world around and putting stickers down and building your own Jurassic World story. You get to create your own board. You are basically, you know, you're setting up the island for dinosaurs. You're choosing where to put enclosures. You're breeding new dinosaurs. You're doing things like that to try to build up the attractions on the island. And as you play through the game, you're creating your own park. And once you finish 12 campaigns, it turns into your own sort of customized board. And you can continue playing the game after that. You've essentially built your own game, and now you can play the game as many times as you want after you've finished the 12 scenario campaign. So that sounds pretty fun. If you like Jurassic World, Jurassic Park sort of stuff, and you like legacy games, then this seems like definitely one to check out. For my best party game, I am picking Green Team Wins. This is a really simple game, but it's super fun and replayable, and you can play it, you know, 5 to 25 people, so it's really nice that it works for a larger group of people. In the game, a question will come up, and you have to answer it. Sometimes it's multiple choice, sometimes it's fill in the blank, but it'll be like, which natural disaster causes the most deaths per year? Hurricane, tornado, earthquake. And it doesn't matter what the right answer is, it matters what the most people say. If you are in the majority, you are on the green team and you get to score points. If you are not on the majority, well, then you go back to the orange team and you don't score any points until you can get back to the green team and be on a majority. You know, so, and sometimes, you know, it's obvious what it is, and they're like, oh man, 10 out of the 12 people pick this one thing, and sometimes everybody picks something different. You know, I think one of ours, when I was playing over the weekend, was Dr. Blank, and, you know, Dr. Who won with like 3 votes, and then Doctor Strange had 2 votes, and Dr. Octopus had 2 votes, and all these things. One guy just wrote Dr. Nelson, and he was like, yeah, that was my childhood doctor. Doesn't everybody? No, nobody knows you're Dr. Nelson, okay? But it's super fun, and you can play it with big groups, and it's very social. So if you like social games, check out Green Team Wins. For my best expansion, I actually have 2 games that tied here in this category. One is Lost Ruins of Arnak Expedition Leaders, and 2 is Moonraker's Binding Ties. Lost Ruins Expedition Leaders adds there's 6 new expedition leaders that are added to the game, giving every player an asymmetric ability. They come with their own special abilities, and that's pretty cool. And they also add a new research track, they add new guardians, they add a bunch of different stuff, so it keeps the game replayable, changes up what you're trying to accomplish, what your goals are, who you can fight, all that sort of stuff. But really, it's the expedition leaders, the asymmetric powers that make this expansion super cool. And in Moonraker's Binding Ties, I love Moonrakers, but one of the things it suffers from, if you haven't played the game, you are negotiating with other players to try to fulfill contracts and then deck building to make your deck stronger so you can fulfill those contracts. But with some groups of people, nobody wants to work together, and then it's super hard to finish contracts on your own, especially early in the game, so it can kind of have a slow build up, a slow ramp up in that game. Well, Binding Ties adds incentives to work together. You will get rewards if you work on contracts with other people, and then you can cash in those rewards to give you different abilities and bonuses throughout the game. So it really like cuts out that slow start and just amps up the game, makes it quicker, makes it, makes more negotiating going on. So if you like that idea, then check out Moonraker's Binding Ties. For my best storytelling game, I want to shout out Familiar Tales. So this is a game where, like in Disney movies and stuff, everybody has their animal sidekick. Well, in this game, you play as those animal sidekicks. You are trying to protect a baby from evil forces. And Plaid Hat got the same team that did the app for Forgotten Waters to do the app for Familiar Tales, which means it comes with incredible voice acting. They hired all these professional actors to do the voice acting, so it really immerses you into the story. It is an app-assisted game, and I know some people don't like app-assisted games, but I will say in this one, because it's not just you reading stuff happening on an app, there are voice actors and there are sound effects, and there are all this stuff that just sort of pulls you in. So it really adds to the storytelling aspect of the game, the storytelling immersion. And so this is a campaign game where you're going on a bunch of different adventures as the animal familiars and trying to protect this baby. And it looks really cool. If you like, storytelling games, then there isn't one better coming in 2022 than this one. The best high player count game is Vampire the Masquerade Blood Feud. Dun dun dun. And that's actually in the title. You have to say dun 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 after you say Blood Feud. That's not true at all, but I wish it was. In Vampire the Masquerade Blood Feud, I say it's a high player count game. This plays 4 to 32 people. You will be playing on a team of different vampire clans. So you will be, depending on how many people you have, you will all be playing as different vampire clans. They don't even call this a board game. They call it a mega board game. That is a term Everything Epic Games uses, a mega board game. And the reason it is a mega board game is because it doesn't just require one table. You need multiple tables to play this game on, and different tables do different things. One table features the cityscape and orders, the map where players move their forces around the city and order them to fight and take control of important territories. Another table features the council and market, where players use their best diplomatic and resource management skills to make trades, buy upgrades, player level ups, things like that. So this is a game, if you don't just want a game, but you want an experience, if you want a memorable night, if you want something that'll make people talk and walk away and remember it forever, then Vampire the Masquerade Blood Feud, dun dun dun, seems like a pretty good way to do that. And how many games work for up to 32 people? Do you want to play a game with 30 people? Well, that's more debatable, but you can with this one. I don't know if I'd want 30 people in my house trying to play a game, but 12? Can I do it with 12? Yes, it works with 12. That sounds fun. That is Vampire the Masquerade Blood Feud. For most beautiful game, I have Tidal Blade's Rise of the Unfolders, or essentially Tidal Blades 2. This is the follow-up to the 2020 game Tidal Blades Heroes of the Reef. And this is a wildly different game. Whereas Tidal Blades Heroes of the Reef was a worker placement dice rolling game, well, Tidal Blades Rise of the Unfolders is kind of like a dungeon crawl exploration campaign game. And so the game mechanics are very different, but the look of it is just as beautiful as the first one. Man, the artwork and the components in the first game were some of the best I've ever seen. I loved it. You know, so many of these sort of dungeon crawl type of games are dark and noir and depressing. Well, Tidal Blades has this like very bright, vibrant artwork, and it almost makes it feel more hopeful than some of these other games. And this new game is no different. Man, I saw a prototype of this game, not even the final thing, and even that was just ridiculously cool and great looking and made me very excited for the actual finished version of the game. So, you know, if you like beauty in your games, then you gotta check out Tidal Blades Rise of the Unfolders. The best theme of any game I saw at PAX Unplugged is the upcoming game, The Spill. This is a game about a devastating oil spill and trying to save the most wildlife from the oil and contain the oil spill. Yeah, so in this game, it's a cooperative game where you are rushing to save wildlife. And if you don't like that theme, well, you're kind of a monster. You don't want to save wildlife from oil? All right, Exxon employee. Have fun with your cash bonuses, I suppose. Not only does this game have a cool theme, but it also has a really cool table presence and cool mechanic. The game comes with this kind of oil tower in the middle, and you drop dice down it, and the dice bounce in unpredictable ways out of the oil tower, which represents the oil spilling into different parts of the ocean. So you don't know where it's going to go, and once you find out that it bounces over here, you all have to rush over there to try to save the wildlife from that oil. So cool theme, interesting table presence, and cool mechanics. I'm really excited for this one, The Spill. All right, that's it. Those are my 10 PAX Unplugged 2021 awards. Thanks so much for joining me. I got some cool videos coming up, like my top 10 games of 2021, the games I'm most excited for in 2022, things like that. So be sure to check back. It's always nice to see you. I wish I could give you a hug in real life. Maybe at a convention in the future. Who knows? Hugs are back, baby. Get out of here, COVID.